Hey guys, and welcome to Fancast. We're very grateful to be recording from the historic St Kilda Sports Club, the oldest locker room in the Southern Hemisphere. Join us on the bench where we talk all things footy. We're fans, and this is Fancast.
Woo! How about that excitement?
Here we go,
Here
ladies
we
and
go.
gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. What is up? What is good? Welcome to another episode here on the pod where we have a proper footy chat. It's Fancast. Anna, how we doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Very good. We're back. It's been a long layoff. Finally.
It's been a long layoff. Happy to be back.
Yes.
Happy to be watching footy again. Yes.
Albeit
Albeit
slightly
not
shorter
really
quarter,
watching
game.
footy again. Yes. I just want to reiterate my sentiments from the last time we spoke,
Yes.
which is when the universe is against round zero, maybe just don't have a round zero. Yeah, I think Alfred should be the final decider on whether or not we have a round zero.
I think he has been. I think Alfred was wonderful.
Yeah, he was.
For
He
football,
showed-
not for the people of Queensland.
Correct.
Thoughts and prayers with you guys. We're not
Yes.
making light of that situation at all. Hope everyone is safe.
We do. We hope everyone's safe.
Yes.
I'm glad the power's returned to many homes, but I'm also glad that the AFL have finally realized the gaping hole that is round zero.
Yes.
Says 2 games is not enough.
Well, they had scheduled 4.
4 games is not enough.
Correct.
Bring back the footy.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
Vossi had a good idea.
he did, and I agree with his idea. Yeah.
It's rare for me to agree with Carlton.
It's
Carlton.
rare for me to agree with anything, but I like that idea. I think it was good.
Have every state
Correct.
have at least like 2 games. And
Sharing.
then, share it. Share the love.
Sharing is caring.
And that way you don't have this staggered bye starting as well.
Correct.
You know, like these teams that are
staggered-
starting in round 0 don't get an extra bye.
Right.
Whereas everyone else is taking a bye by not starting the first week.
Can we put our conspiracy theory hat on for a second?
Yeah, let's try.
Do we think that maybe the AFL kind of wanted to be able to show some, I guess, I don't want to say bias, but it is kind of a way to give advantage to teams that they want to give advantage to, is it not?
Like,
Like if they want a team to progress well, they might put them into round 0 and give them 2 byes because it will have 2 rest periods for them, and they might be able to get into a flow during the season that's more healthy than a lot of the other teams.
yeah, I didn't mind, because obviously my boys, the Bombers, my scarf that's behind me. There it is. So, my boys were scheduled for round 0.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was really looking forward to it. I wasn't very confident that we would get the dub playing against the Gold Coast Suns at home.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that game? How are you feeling?
Now we kicked out to God knows when. Like,
Yeah.
are we getting tagged on to the last at the end of round 24? Like, I don't even think that's set in stone.
No.
As of the 10th of March, we still have no idea what's happening there.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be playing finals, but for Gold Coast, who I think they, if they can maintain that fortress at home, they could be for a running to make finals, and then that last game against us will be really tantalizing, really exciting for the viewership, and I can just totally see the umpires gifting the Suns the win and getting them over the line against us to make it into the 8. Like the script's already been written, ladies and gentlemen.
So, round 0.
Gold Coast are in the 8.
You think that's what round 0 means, but then putting them in round 0 was to give them every opportunity to be in the 8. Would you have rather played them early on or later on?
I would have preferred to play them early on because we do our best work in the first half of the season. We tend to implode in the second half. Hopefully we've learnt our lesson third time lucky. Third time's a charm and we don't self-implode again. But yeah, it's a year of growth for my boys. Inner growth, development.
Yeah.
What about your?
We say that at the Saints as
Yeah.
well. It's a lot of growing.
Yeah.
We're growing a lot at the Saints.
Well, the thing is, because you are a young team, but Kane Cornes, who is obviously very known for
Mr.
his,
Irrelevant.
like Kane Cornes is certainly known for his, calls.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that he was attacking your
He was.
season to come.
He was, but this is coming from a guy who, in the middle of the season, will comment on players' wardrobe as well. So I don't really put any value in what Kane has to say, particularly at the start of the year. I only like to do it to keep tabs of how, I guess, wrong
Right.
he ends up being as things go on. So, yeah, whatever, Kane. I hope everyone says horrible things. Say anything bad you want about the Saints. I'll keep the lid on, and we'll see what happens. The season is the season. Whatever people say, this is footy.
Yes.
And nobody can predict the footy.
Correct. I'm pretty sure I saw a lot of Collingwood supporters having their lid off after their incredible win last week against the Tigers in the preseason game. And I was like, oh, look at them pies. We're hot pies. And then they were cooked against the Giants.
Yeah. That was a good game.
It was.
I don't think Collingwood will perform like that again.
You would hope not.
I don't think so. I have a lot of faith in Craig McRae. I know Collingwood isn't a favored team to a lot of people, and I'm not going to say it's a favorite of mine, but I do have a lot of faith in the coaching of Craig McRae, and I do think he's got talent. So we'll see what happens. And I think it would be just classic Saints fortune for Tim Membry to have an excellent year this year. So I'm banking on him being a beautiful addition to the Collingwood team.
Well, they're certainly hoping that it will be a beautiful addition to the team as well, because the Collingwood Magpies are absolutely investing into the here and now. They've traded away the future. They're looking to contend. They've been rebuilding a little bit on the run, tinkering. They've added Houston. Obviously didn't play last week because of the suspension, but he'll be back this week, so he'll be a big boom addition. But you just felt like when Nick Dacos is down and cramping up and getting tagged, it just felt like the Collingwood Magpies.
They're not ready. They weren't ready. They weren't ready for a week of footy. I think for whatever reason, who knows why, but I don't think they were prepared for round zero, whatever. And neither were any of us. So it's okay.
Well, we're not professional athletes, though.
We're not, but I just think they weren't quite ready yet. But who knows what will happen as the season goes on? We really don't know. I hate how people overly invest in one game.
Correct.
Especially at the start when there's nothing else to look at or talk about. Like the Giants did really well.
They did.
But I always like to say the worst time to play really well in the season is at the start, because
you don't want to peak too early.
That's right.
And premierships aren't won in March.
I don't say it like that, but yes.
That's the general message.
Right. That is the general message.
Excellent. No, because the Giants were unreal, and they did it with a few injuries themselves. They had Briggs go down 15 minutes into the game, and I thought, oh, gee, Darcy Cameron's going to have his way here in the ruck, and there was no Tom Green in the midfield, and it's like, well, who's going to do all of the clearance work?
Right.
No problem. Enter Finn Callahan. Holy crap, you couldn't touch this guy. You'd burn your hand.
He had a great game. They played really, really well. They did. It makes me frightened to play them. But we'll see. You could be the best. Just because you could be the best team in the league doesn't mean you're getting the flag. So that's the beauty of footy.
That's true.
So
Melbourne's missed out a few times, and I've considered Melbourne to be, especially in those years. I think only one premiership for Melbourne is a bit unders, given the amount of talent that they've got.
Right. I think that's a lot of the off-season skiing.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So they were unreal. The Hawks were also unreal.
I didn't watch that game.
You didn't watch that game?
No, because I'm so sad about Josh Battle, and I don't want to see him play for another team.
Well,
I'm so sore about it, way more sore than Membry.
I can tell, because you actually watched the Collingwood game.
Yeah, but I think he had a clear place at the Saints, and he really built that defensive line, and then he abandoned us. So, great that you had a good game, but I'm not that thrilled about the success of the Hawks specifically because of that grudge.
Yep. Well, they look to be very successful this year. Sorry to say.
I have a question though.
What?
Is it that the Hawks were so good, or is it that Sydney might not be as great as we expected?
I think it's both.
A little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Hawks they were challenged. The Swans rode the momentum, but the Hawks were just professional enough to grind out the win away from home that they had to. And, can't forget that this was a team that rebuilt very quickly and they then have turned the corner, have added, Barras and Battle to that backline mix. And they just look ready to go the next level. It sucks. Like, it hurts to see a team that has had a dynasty not too long ago and they look like they're on the verge of yet another one. Like, I'm not ready to see more free kick off on moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, I don't, we'll see what happens. I mean, they just have played one game. I also think the Swans may have a bit of a transition with a new coach that wasn't abundantly clear at the start. That's going to show itself during the season. So we'll see. I don't think this round really said anything about anything, to be honest. Yeah. What did you get? What was your general consensus of the round other than Mother Nature hates round zero?
Yes, Mother Nature hates round zero, as do we all. I've also seen that the Hawks are capable of being challenged, but they can bounce back and fight through against momentum. I thought that's just a good sign of maturity that the experience have added to the team is ready to take them to the next step.
Yeah.
So I think the Hawks tick those boxes. Okay. I think the Pies, there were some question marks over the midfield and whether or not they really are the Collingwood Nick Dacosses. And it looked a bit like that. Yeah. But again, it's still early.
So early.
So, all these question marks will certainly be answered during the course of the season.
Yeah.
But for the Swans, as you say, new coach, but I also just feel like they were susceptible in defence, and then in the midfield they're missing Errol Goulden, and then when you get the ball forward, their prime target was McCartan, who was defender turned forward this year, and Amadi, who you don't really consider to be a household name as a forward just yet. True. So it's like, it just feels like they're not as stacked as they were before.
Right. Or were the Giants just freaking unreal?
Well, the Giants
they were freakishly good.
Yes.
As well.
So the Giants are one that I thought they've been missing talent all the time. They've been losing talent to other teams, but they just find ways to keep what they've got really strong. I mean, Finn Callahan, you guys identified how good Finn was going to be, which is why you offered him that record contract, the largest in AFL history. He turned it down. And I know a lot of people were like, really? You're offering up that much? But then they were all shut up because they saw in that game, like, holy crap, the Saints were right. This guy deserves that type of coin because he's almost Bond-esque in the way. I know it could be blasphemous to say that, but it's almost Bond-esque the way he bursts away from the stoppage. He's got size and speed.
Yeah.
I think he's already their best midfielder at the Giants.
I know. Well, we'll see. It's one game. You know what is also annoying? I think when you don't get that many games to watch over the course of the weekend, you don't have a lot of context to see where anything lies. Right? Like, you can't go, oh, well, the Giants played great, but they didn't play any better than Geelong. We didn't see any of that, so we don't really know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see it moving forward, obviously. Yeah. But
we can't see it the first round.
No.
Which is annoying. I'm just going to keep harping on that.
Well, I think surely there'll be change. Andrew Dillon, we know you watch this. Just change it, bro. Like, you got this.
We know you're watching.
We know you're watching. We know you can do this. So,
but do you think they're going to do any schedule changes this year so that we don't have to deal with two really good games at the same time? It's not going to matter because they're not airing all the AFL.
No. No. Now, Saturday football for the first 8 rounds, exclusive only on KO. So no free-to-air footy. There hasn't been that uproar yet from the old school people who just naturally rock up Channel 7 on Saturday night, as it's been for the longest time. They're trying to turn on the football and they've got Days of Our Lives, or they've got Better Homes and Gardens. And it's like, where's the footy? It's like, no, sorry, you're going to have to pay $400 dues in order to watch your football on Saturday night. Congratulations.
I actually think that's awful.
Yes.
For a division of sports that wants to grow, I don't really understand that choice. I don't get it.
Limiting it to only pay to view.
Yeah. That's not helping at all. I don't I mean, I didn't grow up with footy, unfortunately, and that's sad for me, and I feel cheated. But I would feel cheated if I did, because now on a Saturday you've got to go to a pub to watch the game, or you have to pay for KO, which I do anyway.
Yes.
But to have to do it is kind of crap. I think that's so crap. In this economy, shame on you, AFL.
Exactly. All of these broadcast rights and all of this money-hungry executive deals and things like that. Like, I understand you want to try and improve the quality of the game, all the footage, and that's what Fox is trying to do. Like with this money, you can see them going all out with the graphics. They're going all out with the scoreboard. Probably too much on the scoreboard.
Yeah, what do you think about that bottom banner? Because I haven't really been affected by it too much.
Look, I don't mind it being bigger, because I've got a grandma who lives at home with me, bless you, Nan, and occasionally she'll be like, what's the score? But now she can see it and like, oh yeah, the score. The thing that I don't think is necessary is the fact that it's like, why are you telling us what day it is? Like there was Thursday night footy or the Sunday ticket. Like, we know it's Sunday.
We just want the score.
We know it's Thursday.
Yeah. Tell us what we want to know.
Exactly.
Which is how many goals are there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it personally, but I do mind that they're going to go all out with all of this Americanized, celebrations.
Is that what it is?
I think it is. I think it's been trying to do.
Don't ruin it from an American. Please don't ruin the AFL.
I feel like they're trying to Americanize it, and if Americanizing it is coming at the expense of the free-to-air viewers, I just feel like it's the intention's not in the right place.
I agree with you. I don't think the intention's in the right place. We'll see what happens. It could backfire. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. So I mean, they'll certainly make money. I mean, people will be obviously upset about it, but they will fork up.
Do you think it will make them go to games more?
It could. Saturday night football. There's no school the next day. There's no work the next day. But but kids might have their Sunday football to go to, or their Sunday soccer that they might want to go to in the morning. So some people might not go. Certainly, it's not as favourable of a family-friendly draw on the Saturday night, but it could see a lead to more people watching live, and that could obviously boost up ticket sales, which I think is more beneficial to the clubs themselves, the home team in particular, that get that ticket revenue. So interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a good thing. We'll say. I done a lot of eye rolling.
You're gonna be dizzy in a second if you keep doing that, but that's all right. So eye rolling. I mean, I certainly had a lot of eye rolling every time the footage went to Nick Dacos. It's like, oh my God, leave the kid alone.
The love affair with Nick Dacos is really irritating. I'm just gonna say, I don't even think Nick Dacos likes it. Like, who likes this?
No,
nobody likes it. Find some more players to flatter. Like, I don't want to take anything away from his talent. He's a talented player. Yeah. But there's lots of talented players that play footy. Correct. Can we just stop focusing on Nick? Like, is it a crush, like men crushes? Is that what it is? Like,
could be.
Everybody's just got a crush on Nick Dacos. I don't know what it is, but we need to just calm down.
Yes.
And maybe, like, watch everyone else play footy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, Darcy Jones kicked a ripper goal on the weekend.
He was so good.
He's away at the races, kicks a goal, and it's like, oh, no one can catch him. but Nick Dacos, like, no, leave him alone.
He's
Nick
got a
Dacos,
corky.
yeah, he had absolutely nothing to do with that goal.
Yeah.
Just give Darcy Jones his plaudits. You don't have to name drop Nick Dacos every second sentence of the game or pan to him getting rubbed on the calf or on the hammy.
Oh my God,
Like,
how...
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
They were all like, that's not good. That's not good. And then
Yeah.
they seemed just getting rubbed down. Then they had to go into this whole big thing about training and blah, blah, blah. Let's just stop with the grandiose statements just
Correct.
because Nicky's playing
Exactly.
a round of footy.
Yes.
Let's just calm down.
Like, the guy was suffering from plantar fasciitis.
Is that what it was?
He's got plantar fasciitis. And
How does he have that?
He had it over the preseason. So he's had an interrupted preseason. So it's absolutely no surprise that he's coming into the season a little bit underdone based on the fact that he had the interrupted preseason. And then he had the tag and they were playing in ridiculously hot, sweltering heat. Like, this is nighttime here and I am sweating buckets. I'm not out running. I'm not out jogging or
just
tackling.
Eating a burrito sweating.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, it's hot.
it is no surprise that Nick Dacos is going to be suffering from cramps and whatnot.
And dehydration.
And all that jazz. You know what I mean? So just people over sensationalize.
Correct.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's give the kid a break. Give the Pies a break. I love bagging the Pies as much as anyone. I bag for the Bombers. Are you kidding me? Like, I'd love to see them lose by 50 points every single year in opening round. Keep that around. I don't mind that at all. But you know, the criticism has to be where it's due.
Yes.
And I think it is unfairly being
Whatever. We're at a loss for words today.
a little bit. Yeah, it's just the hot. It's just the dehydration. it's the cramps.
It's the cramping.
I've got a
We're
mental
cramping.
cramp. You get mental cramping.
Yeah.
But other sensationalism that I heard recently was from, again, guess who? Kane Corns.
Oh my God, I can't.
Who was saying that Darcy Moore
Yeah.
would not get a game at Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Kane would not have a career unless he said stuff that irritated everyone. So that's, I think, where he's at with that comment.
Yeah.
He just knows everyone's going to hear that. How many Collingwood supporters are going to be livid hearing that?
Yeah, it's pure rage bait, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Darcy Moore has consistently been a superior defender year after year after year. And he plays one freaking game. Am I allowed to curse? I can't remember.
I'm not even sure
He plays
frickin' is a curse word in my book. Just go for it.
Well, I was going to say something else.
That's my
trying
book.
to edit.
Yeah.
But he played. This Kane gets me mad. He plays one game, and Kane's got something to say.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't say something about his haircut too, because that's really where he usually goes.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
the beginning of the season.
It's only Dermot Brereton doing that
Yeah.
stupid.
Why don't
useless
you,
talk.
Kane? Why don't you think about how Port Adelaide's going to play this year and how your Golden Boys are going to perform? That's more
Yes.
your level of concern.
Yes.
I don't think we need to be talking about Darcy Moore.
Leave
Leave the man alone.
I do think he's a little overrated, I must say. I know he's a captain of the club and whatnot, but
He's
I think he's a little overrated.
flag.
I know. But so has
Okay.
Billy Frampton and
That's-
Ollie and Oleg Markov.
Right.
No disrespect to any of these guys. I'm just a rando dude sweating buckets on a
Right.
bench in St Kilda
We're all
on a
sweating
Monday
here.
night. An absolute footy nuffy. I'll absolutely never achieve anything close to that. But you can't tell me that team was stacked.
First of all, that's what he's then consenting is that Josh Battle is a better backman than
I would say so.
Darcy Moore.
I would say
well,
that.
he would have never said that last year, so he can stuff it. It's like
I'm
whatever
saying
team,
that now.
Well, whatever team Kane wants to support, he supports, and that's just the way he does it. And I'm so disinterested in his opinions. I rarely agree, and I often find them like irritating.
Yes.
The way a rash would be irritating.
Look, I think Moore would absolutely get a game at the Hawks. I think he would probably line up more as a forward based on all of their injuries. He's 200 centimetres, quite mobile, can
Right.
take a mark. He started his career as a forward.
Right.
You know, so I can see if Darcy Moore was to play for the Hawks, I reckon he'd slot in seamlessly as a
That's
forward.
different. That's just the composition of a team. That has nothing to do with his skill as a backman. I'm just don't.
He's not better than Brass. He's not better than Battle as defenders. He's not better than Sicily as a defender either. Like for the Hawks,
I'm just
defenders
saying-
defenders is not what they're lacking at the Hawks.
I'm just saying, last season, when Battle played for the Saints, Kane would have never made that comment that Darcy Moore couldn't be a backman for Josh Battle. He would have never done it.
Well, he's not going to talk about the Saints because the Saints in his book probably weren't as
Exactly.
relevant.
He wouldn't say it. But that's just, he's the same defender playing on a different team. And now all of a sudden, Darcy's not as good. It's just
It's the
please.
sensation. I'm
So
telling
annoying.
you, it's the rage bait.
I know he does
of
it,
all
and
of
I
the
fall
Collingwood
for it.
supporters.
No, I fall for
You're
the
not even a
rage bait every
Collingwood supporter.
time. But Kane just does it to me.
Didn't you say? I'm pretty sure last season, I could have sworn you mentioned that Kane Corns was your spirit animal.
I did, not in a good. That's not a good thing.
That's what you said.
It's not a good thing, though. It's like a bad. It's like a self-loathing thing.
Okay, now we're going into a different direction that I didn't anticipate that we were going to be going in.
That's for therapy. Different bench. Different bench.
Different bench. That one requires a couch, I think.
That's a couch.
That one requires a couch. I was calling this a couch before. Nah, this is a bench. 100% this is a bench.
Yeah.
All right, so
Are we going?
the Pies, you don't need therapy just yet. It's too early. It's only round 0. It's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems either. So
It's amazing everyone's
calm
talking about the Pies. Not that many people are talking that much about the Hawks and the Swans game. Like,
Yeah, no one's talking about
that. Everyone's so interested in the Pies. And
that
losing.
was so Friday night ago.
Yeah, clearly.
That was way too long ago.
so
But
ages.
we've spoken about it a bit.
We have.
See,
Yeah.
we cover ground.
We
here.
cover ground. It's
All
true.
right. So, you mentioned that the Hawks are good, and you're still not ruling out the Swans. Do you reckon the Swans are in the hunt for the 8? Do you reckon they make the 8?
I think they might struggle.
So we have learned something then from this game.
I said might. We never know.
We never know, but this is just
But
purely.
I'm thinking of it not just for the game's performance, but just because they do have a new coach and
Yes.
they're going to have to find a cohesive way to play. It's different. It's either going to click and it's going to be super easy season, or it's just going to be the growing pains. And I think it might be a season of growing pains for the Swans.
I mean, they're not baby Swans.
I know, but I just think the whole dynamic changes when the coach leaves.
Yes, it's definitely a new dynamic, but he's been there
He has.
for a long time.
I know, it's a good
So
point.
he knows the team. He knows
Good
the
point.
players. They know him.
Yeah.
It's not like he's just waltzed in brand new. They don't know anything. Like they're strangers. Like, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Joe. It's
True.
entirely different. Like he knows the inside and out.
How did they do the last time they embarrassed themselves in the grand final? They didn't have a great season the year after that, did they?
Well, they managed to just sneak into the 8.
That's why I think it's going to be similar. I think it's going to be history repeating.
The thing for me though is I still don't like their forward line. I think their forward
don't like
line is
Papley?
lacking. Papley, he kicked that one goal and then did basically nothing else for the rest of the game. And it was raining and it was wet, and that's like when your smalls are supposed to come to the fore, but
Right.
he just didn't do it.
Right.
So and same thing with the Wizard. He definitely pulled out a disappearing act, and
You think?
maybe he drank. I don't know. Maybe he pulled out an invisibility cloak and just decided to, not be around because he did next to nothing. And the
Yeah.
only time I ever saw him play was when he did that massive flop on the boundary line trying to win a free kick, which was very embarrassing. So get that out of your game, Wizard. You're better than that. Come on, don't do that. No one did Expelliarmus on you to send you flying.
Don't turn it into soccer.
Exactly. We don't like soccer. We don't like flopping. So get that out of your game, mate. You're much better than that. So, it was just an interesting game that the Hawks were not on all cylinders, but the same thing can be said about the Swans. So
Right.
it can be. I do hold some fears for the Swans, like you do, but it might just be a bit. Obviously, very early in the season.
But we're allowed to. This is footy.
Absolutely.
We're going to be wrong all season, so might as well start.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I will be wrong all season.
I will be right 100% of the season.
At some point, I'm going to start talking more with my heart than my head, and it's going to
Yeah.
all fall apart,
Yeah.
I will be wrong.
Look,
But that's okay. It's okay.
100%. No, I'm just taking
I'm used
I'm
to
just
it.
taking the piss, guys. I'm going to be very wrong a lot of times. Don't you worry about that. So I had sort of.
I'll point it out every time you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. You like that.
I love it. I love being called out. So there was also the Brownlow medal. Now, I think the race after, I think a lot of people just had Nick Dacos sewed up for that.
Yeah, but
I don't know how many votes we would have got for that game.
Oh, none.
None.
Probably none.
Probably.
Well, we'll see what happens. There'll be a silent contender.
Exactly. Well, Finn's going to get 3.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think Will Day will get 3.
Yeah.
For his, because he was unreal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had basically next to no influence on the game in the second half, but just the dynamic, the way he just broke the game open in the first half was unreal.
Right.
So I reckon Day gets the 3 votes, and I think Finn Callahan gets the 3 votes there as well.
I'll agree with that.
And yeah, thank you. And you can still. You watch, end of the season will come. It'll be Brownlow medal night. You'll be like, you were wrong back from round 0. You said he would get 3 votes.
I agreed.
And you didn't even watch the game.
No, I'll agree with you. Well, I can't agree with the Hawks, really, but I can agree with Finn.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. So we're going into round 1, finally.
Yay,
real football.
footy.
Where all of us are playing, where all
Yay.
of the games are taking place.
So freaking excited.
I know, me too.
Finally.
Me too.
Finally.
But at the same time, I also feel a little bit upset that because we didn't play last week, we're not as match hardened as the Hawks are this week. And the Hawks had all of their cramping done last week. So now they're going to come out this week and just obliterate us, hit the
think?
ground running super fast,
You think?
and we're going to start cramping.
You think?
And they're just going to roll us by 60 points.
Maybe they overly exert. I mean, they're traveling, right? What's the turnaround for them?
Friday,
When
and
did
they played...
Oh, they played
last-
Saturday, did they?
They played last Friday.
Oh, last Friday. So it's decent turnaround.
Yeah, a week.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm not happy about that. I just feel like you
I
play
understand.
in the
I
opening
wouldn't
week.
I wouldn't want to.
You get an advantage of being match hardened.
That's right, and you get your groove. You get in your
Yeah,
groove.
exactly. And they got
Again.
a groove on.
Can the whole theme of this podcast be like, round 0? We say no.
Stuff you, round 0. Stuff
Yeah.
you, Andrew Dillon.
If
I know
it's
you
ruining
watch me,
everything.
but still stuff you.
Yeah, I would be nervous for that game if I were any team, to be honest. Because they're bringing it, but we'll see how long they can pull that off.
Well, the good thing
long
is,
season.
the good thing is, we're in the 8 right now, and it's going to be a clash
That's the alphabet. Stop
of
it.
2 top 8. Alphabet matters, okay?
It's the alphabet.
The ladder. We are still 6th on the
silly.
ladder, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be a battle of 2 top 8 teams. Oh wow, Giants, exactly 200%.
Oh, look at that.
I love that. It's so clean because they won by double the points.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting game.
Yep.
Tipping the Hawks for that one.
Tipping the Hawks.
Yeah.
You tip against your team.
Yeah, I do.
I
'Cause
never
I'm
do.
right.
I never do.
All right. Who are you tipping in that game?
In the Hawks Essendon, probably the Hawks.
Yeah. We missed the Richmond-Carlton game to open up the season because we all know Richmond are going to probably win. Will Richmond win more than one game this year?
I think they might win more than one, but they're probably a spoon contender. Maybe 2. I don't know. I don't know.
I'd be.
Who are they beating?
That's the question.
Yeah, I
they
don't
can't play
know.
themselves.
It's true. I don't think they'll beat Carlton next week. if
No,
that's the question.
they're not beating Carlton.
Who would they beat? The Eagles, maybe. I don't know.
If they're
It's tough.
really injured, or
Maybe they
North.
don't.
If they're really injured.
I'm not going to put North at the bottom this
No, they're not.
time.
No, Carlton's. No, sorry, Carlton. No, not Carlton. Sorry, I wish. No, Richmond.
North are gonna be looking much better.
Yeah, right, Richmond definitely at the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, Carlton will win that one. The Hawks will win the Friday night, Saturday afternoon.
Freo Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong hosting Freo. I'm gonna go with Freo because Fremantle.
That's what I was thinking.
Fremantle
but nobody
always
wins
beat them
at the
there,
Cattery.
except for Freo,
Freo
and the
always-
Giants. Freo and the Giants seem to just have a great matchup against the Cats at the Cattery.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Freo.
You're going to go with Freo.
Yeah.
Okay.
You thought Freo too. So
Yeah, I did. I do. I stand by that firmly.
Excellent. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Swans hosting the Lions at the SCG. I'm going to go with the reigning premiers.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Okay.
Watch them roar.
Okay. I'll agree with you.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I went through this whole list the other day, and now I'm changing my mind about everything. because
Why
I
would
can't-
the Swans beat the Lions?
I don't know, because football.
That's a great answer.
Because football's
great
gonna
answer.
football.
Football's going to football.
We'll see. That'll be a telltale game, because if they beat the Lions, I would say they're still in it and they're probably going to have a reasonable year. And if they don't, then I say they're very shaky. So we'll go with Lions.
Yeah, I think the Lions.
I think North is going to beat Western Bulldogs. That's
North
my
to
tipping.
beat the Dogs.
Yep. They're all injured. And
Well,
they're a mess.
Treloar, I think. I don't know if Treloar plays this week or next week, but Bailey Dale will be back this week for the halfback.
I think North could beat them, and I think
Shays.
they really want to. I think they really want to win a game, so I think they could do it.
I want to tip North as well.
See?
I want to tip them.
See, I know
but
that's
will
what I do.
You know what I mean? Like I want.
Will you?
Like because
tipping them.
I've said my sneaky for the Brownlow this year, if they can win enough games,
Sheasel.
is Sheasel.
So
yeah?
you have to tip them.
I actually want Sheasel to win the Brownlow.
so this
I think
goes
he's
with
really
your
good.
whole theory.
It goes with my heart of wanting this young Jewish boy to win the Brownlow. Like I really want him to win the Brownlow. I just really love this guy, the way he goes about it. So I'm gonna tip the Dogs.
Okay, we disagree. I
just think
disagree.
there's no answer to Sean Darcy.
Okay.
Is the problem not Sean Darcy? Sam Darcy.
Yeah.
There's just no answer to Sam Darcy.
Okay.
He'll kick 5 goals by himself.
I don't know. They got problems over there.
Oh, they have lots of problems. Do we want to talk about those problems?
I don't know. Do we?
Have you heard any rumors coming
No,
out of
I
the World of the
haven't-
Dogs?
I haven't heard any rumors.
Oh man, there's a lot of problems with Jamara over there.
I know. That was where I was thinking.
Jamara's gone.
I was gonna leave it out.
He's gone.
You think he's gone?
Oh yeah. I don't know how he can salvage the situation over there.
That's crazy to me.
Shooter's gonna shoot, man. He literally was playing that song on his Instagram. He's like, because he knows what like it's.
Yeah.
If I've heard about it, then half of the
Where's he going?
competition has heard about it. I think there are some talks that we're really interested in him.
Will he go?
I think Collingwood's also interested in him too. But I don't know
Who
if
wouldn't be
Collingwood have.
interested?
But I don't know if Collingwood have the cap space to do that.
I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Look, if he comes to us and we get Harley Reid, then that would be unreal.
You're not getting both of them. You might not get either of them.
It's March. The guy can dream, okay?
Sorry. Sorry.
It's football.
Sorry. From a Saints supporter, I just know the way things go.
Fair enough. All right, we then get to the Saturday night game. It's
Yes.
the Pies hosting
Port
the Port
Adelaide.
Adelaide Power.
Oh, look, I don't like Port Adelaide.
Without Butters either. That's huge. And Houston back for the revenge game. The revenge game.
Yeah, I'm going with Pies.
Yeah.
But that's also probably a little bit heartfelt because I also think we made Port feel really good because they smacked us around in a pracky game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they'll have their hands full with Collingwood. So I'll go Collingwood. I think Collingwood are going to be really upset at how things went down this past weekend.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes.
And they're going to be playing at home in front of their home faithful.
3 goals for Membry.
Ooh, there you go. All right.
Crows.
I'll go with the Pies as well.
Yeah, Crows and Saints. I know you're going to tip the fucking Crows. I hate that bird.
I love that bird. I'm going with the Crows.
Great.
You just have to go with the Crows.
Okay, you have to.
You have to.
Oh, no. No.
The Crows are really good this year.
We haven't
The
really
Crows are
seen-
making the 8 this year.
We haven't even seen St. Kilda play with their team yet. It's going to be their first game
We
with
have.
everybody. Nah, Sinclair was injured. Marshall was
Is
injured.
Sinclair going to play?
Yeah,
You
he's on
confident?
track.
He's on track. Is King going to play?
I don't know if Maxie will play.
No, Maxi's not coming back
But
before round
Marshall-
3.
Marshall will
Marshall's
play.
touch and go as well. He'll be playing more forward. I just think the Crows, their forward line is stacked.
I know.
Tex.
I know. I don't want to think it.
Phil
I know.
Thorpe.
And our defensive line, thank you, Josh Battle, is a little bit shitty now because
You guys
Dougal's
are so
injured.
young as well.
We've got an injury in the back line too.
Yeah. I'm going with the Crows at home.
Great. That's wonderful.
Oh, you're obviously going with your boys.
I'm just gonna keep the spirit alive.
And you're tipping your boys, yeah?
I'm tipping my boys.
Look at that.
Come on, Sainers.
Reward the faith.
one.
Come on, Steely.
Game
Reward the
one.
faith, mate. McRae,
Jeez.
come on.
Oh, we've got McRae.
I know. So I'm telling them to lift for you.
Yeah. We'll see.
Number one supporter, right here.
We'll see.
No paraphernalia though.
Hey,
I'm kidding. It's too hot for that.
it's too hot.
That's too hot for that.
paraphernalia.
Then we get to the Sunday games.
Yes,
Melbourne
Giants.
hosting the Giants at the MCG.
Yeah, Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Yeah, I think. Oh, we'll see. I haven't seen Melbourne play. I don't know.
I'm going Melbourne.
I'm going Giants. I love that we're disagreeing.
Going Melbourne. That's why I love having you on. We just don't think exactly alike.
No, I'm
I like Melbourne.
prepared to be wrong about everything.
I told you I'm going to be right, which it's fine. Look, I'm going to Melbourne because there's no ruck for the Giants. Max Gawn.
Okay.
If you play Supercoach or
He's a
fantasy,
great ruck, but a ruck
whatever
doesn't win
you
the
got-
game.
No, but he's not just a ruck. He just plays around the ground. He can intercept. He can go forward. Max Gawn is going to go absolutely bonkers. He's going to give his mids the first use. I'm going to go with the Melbourne Demons. I know the Giants are red hot and they performed really well last week, but they were playing against witches' hats in the Pies. So I'm going to go with Melbourne Demons.
I like that take. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Last game of the round. You wouldn't
Eagles
call
Suns.
it a blockbuster game, would you? It's the graveyard shift Sunday at 6:10.
That's Saints territory.
6:10 p.m. on a Sunday. Holy
Yes.
crap.
Yes.
It is the Eagles who have gone back to their old theme song.
Yeah,
No
interesting.
longer Birds of Tokyo.
Interesting.
So
Why did they do that? People really liked their new song, didn't
no, apparently
nobody
not.
liked
They
it?
they apparently
I
they
know.
they absolutely threatened the CEO in his car.
Over
I'm
a
actually
song.
not joking. Yeah,
That's so
over
funny.
the song. So yeah, the Eagles hosting the Suns.
Yeah. You going Eagles?
I mean, the Eagles at home are a much better team than away, but
True.
I don't think they're a very good team though. Still,
No, I think Gold Coast would probably be
I reckon
them,
Gold
but,
Coast win. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't want Dimmer to
I
start
haven't
whining.
seen any of these teams play. I really
Haven't
can't
heard
say.
anything from Dimmer.
No,
This is
and
the
that's.
first time
I think that says something though.
he knows. It's because he knows the script's been written. They're in the 8 this year.
You think?
Why else is he not whining like a bitch?
I don't know why he's not. I
'cause he
don't know
knows.
why he's not whining like a bit. I was thinking about this recently that I haven't heard from him, and I wonder why.
Because he knows. The
Because
Suns
he
are in the 8.
knows that they're going to be great.
It's because they got
Because
the.
he wasn't this quiet last season.
No, he's never been this quiet.
I know it's bizarre.
Never. They've got the
Why?
logo change. They've brought out the salmon pink, jerseys. The training jerseys.
Okay.
That looks hot. Like they're feeling themselves. They are.
think?
And they're gonna have the game now be like sent all the way to the end, and they're gonna host us.
I know.
Like it's happening. Suns make the 8 this year. It's the script's been leaked. Sorry.
I'm not going for that, but okay, they'll do better.
Imagine if it works out. Imagine if I was right. That'd be crazy.
You might be.
Might
They
be
lost
right.
their beach, the poor Gold Coast. They need something.
They lost their beach.
You did.
Hopefully, everyone in the Gold Coast and Brisbane areas and the surrounding Queensland
said
area
it for
have had a
sympathy.
wonderful time
I hope
now,
you guys had a great week.
and that everything is up and running again. That you're all safe. That the damage hasn't been extensive,
Right.
and that you get on with your lives again in the swiftest way possible. And I think that wraps us up for this
Yeah,
week.
I think we're good. I think we covered as much as we can
Yep.
with the round being as small as possible. Thank you,
Yes.
Andrew. Yeah, great.
Excellent. We're back.
Excellent.
It's been great to be back, guys. If
Thank
you
you.
liked what you had to hear or see from us today, please drop us a like, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell to not miss out on any of the videos and streams and other shorts that we're going to be pumping out. It's going to be a much bigger and more involved season this year. We're going to be bigger than ever before, and we hope that you join us for the ride. So we'll see you all on the flip side.
Yes. Bye.
Bye for now.